Hi YouTube. So I'm here to do my labor and delivery story. So today is June the 24th. I gave birth to my son June 16th at 1:21 p.m. So let's just jump into my labor and delivery story. Last Sunday night around 11ish, 11:30, I started having contractions. I wasn't sure that they were contractions. I more so thought it was gas. So I just kind of monitored my pain, and we stayed at home from about 11:30 till about 2 something in the morning, just counting my contractions. I wasn't sure if they were contractions, but as the night progressed and the pain worsened, I knew that I was having contractions. So they went from being about like 10 minutes apart to 7 minutes apart to 5 minutes apart. And then when they got to be 3 minutes apart, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm in labor. Let's go to the hospital. So around 3 o'clock, we got checked into the hospital. They took me into triage. They said they had to make sure that I was in labor before I could be admitted into the hospital. So I just kind of got hooked up to the monitor. They watched his heartbeat and my contractions. Someone came in and checked me. Well, my previous week when I went to the doctor, I was 3 centimeters and 50% effaced. When she came in and checked me, she said I was only 2.5, which probably wasn't true. I was moving around and in a lot of pain, so I honestly probably didn't let her check me properly. So that's probably why her assumption wasn't right. And she said I was 100% effaced. So she left, and then she said that they were going to monitor me for a while. I'm in pain, not happy. I'm wondering why no one is giving me an epidural or any type of pain medicine. So then the next lady came in, she checked me. She said I was 4 centimeters and 100% effaced. She said she was going to call my doctor. This was about 4:30 in the morning. So I waited till 5:30. No, this was maybe around 3:30, and I waited till about 4:30, 4:45. I called my doctor. When I called my doctor myself, she said that no one from the hospital had even called her to let her know that I was there. So I let her know I was there and what was going on. And then once I was told that I was being admitted, then I called everybody else and told them that I was at the hospital and I was in labor, and I was more than likely gonna have my baby. So I got put back in the room, the actual labor and delivery room, around 5:30 that morning. Um, I was 4 centimeters, 100% effaced. I wanted to know where my epidural was. They said someone was coming. I got told that lie till about 9 o'clock. So I sat there. I got to the hospital at 3. I was in pain till 9, and I was told that I was next in line and he was coming, and that was at 5:30 in the morning. And he did not get to my room till 9 a.m. So I was not a happy camper. Um, a lot of pain, a lot of irritation. But once he gave me my epidural, which was nothing, if you can go through labor, the pains of labor, you can get an epidural. I mean, the epidural was the last thing on my mind. I wanted it. I didn't care how painful it was. Anything to get rid of the pain I was already in. He did the epidural. It was fine. The moment I got it, I smiled. The nurse said that was the first time she saw me smile all morning long, so I was happy about that. And then once I got my epidural, everything else was pretty much okay. I couldn't feel my legs. Everything was really, really heavy. My doctor came in to check me. She eventually came in. I think she came in around 10:30 or so. 11 o'clock she came to see me. It was more so before 11 o'clock. She checked me. She had a nurse check me. The nurse said I was at 5 and that my cervix was so thin. She literally with her hand stretched my cervix out from 5 centimeters to 9.5. So my doctor said that she had to go do something and that she'd be right back, and then it should be time to push. So all my family and things like that, all my family and stuff like that came, and we were just sitting there. I think I stayed there from 11 to 1 just waiting on my doctor to come back. When my doctor came back, I was ready to push. Everyone exited the room. Me and my fiance were there alone, and she came back. I think we started to push about 1:15, and he was here at 1:21. But when he was born, we had a scare when he came out. he had a heartbeat, but he wasn't breathing because somehow he had got fluid in his lungs. So they just removed the fluid out of his lungs, and he was fine. He was breathing just fine. He had a little tube put down his into his nose, and they got the fluid out like that. And then they weighed him. He was 5 pounds 3 ounces. They say he was 17 and 3/4 inches long. And then from there, everything was fine. I cut the umbilical cord because my fiance did not want to cut it. I think he was in shock. So I cut the umbilical cord. And yeah, everything has been fine since. And then we had our 1 week checkup appointment today, and everything is fine. When we left the hospital, he had lost weight, and he was like 5 pounds and 1 point whatever ounces. And as of today, he was 5 pounds and